So it's kind of, I just took this leap of faith. I put out the CD, and I took a year to put everything into place, and told my kids that they weren't getting any more money from me. They'd gotten what they needed, and I had promised that I would help put them through college, and once they were done with college, then they were on their own. And they were so supportive, and continue to be so supportive of this path that I've taken, and they're very excited and very proud of me as I am of them. So it's just worked out really well.
That's great. That's great. You on this album, which I'd really love to talk about. I want everyone to know about it. This album, as far as I'm concerned, is you. I say that because you are of Jewish heritage, right?
Yes.
And not only do you sing fluently in the dying language of Ladino, did I pronounce that right, or Judeo Espanol, but also Spanish and Portuguese. And going on to this album, what took you on this exploration of your roots and finally to the CD?
I had met some Sephardic Jews when I was a teenager because they only spoke Ladino, and since I speak Spanish fluently, I was asked to drive them around and be their interpreter. And that was the first I had ever heard of Sephardic Jews, and I hadn't known about my own personal connection to the Sephardic, to the Spanish Jewishness of me until many years later. But that had stuck in my head, and I just, for some reason, I don't even know what the launch pad was that made me decide that I really wanted to pursue exploring and researching this music. Mm-hmm. But when I was in Spain, probably I think it was in 2004, maybe earlier, maybe 2000, I don't even remember. I think it was 2004. I bought some Sephardic CDs and was fascinated with the melodies and the lyrics. And, this is all secular music, so I just want to make that really clear to the listeners that this is not religious music.
Right.
Even though it's music of the Spanish Jews, this is music that the women sang while they were working, and, and just to express their emotions about their struggles. So a lot of the music, a lot of the words talk about the daughters and, having to choose the right husband, mm-hmm. or being completely heartbroken because the man that they'd been with and that they'd been, training, for lack of a better word, have left them for someone else to enjoy all the hard work they've put in, and mm-hmm. a lot of these stories transcend time, and they're still relevant today. And I was just fascinated and completely enamored of not only the richness of the music, but the messages mm-hmm. that were being given. So we started, me and my musical director, Murray Lowe, we just started kind of dabbling in it. I had told him when we started this Latin jazz project in 2005, I had told him that I wanted to take classic jazz songs and give them more of a Latin feel, but I also wanted to take this ancient music and modernize it and, make it more accessible to a wider audience. Mm. And so he and I started developing this music in that way. Then a couple years later, I applied for a grant through the Zellerbach Family Foundation, and I was awarded a grant, and that really was the catalyst project. And then we really started digging in deep and